Hi, good evening. We'll start now. So what is answer?
Option B, maybe.
As part of the continuous improvement efforts, the project manager wants to determine the process efficiency of the current iteration. The process efficiency of the current iteration. So what should the project manager do? வாங்கல. வந்து banana அப்படி சாப்பிட்டு. So what is the meaning of process efficiency? So each iteration, right? Each iteration, are we completing it? Are we completing the planned story points or not? Whether the resources are like effective resources or not, efficient resources or not.
C, maybe.
C. So count the number of work items that are currently being worked on. Calculate the ratio between the value adding time as well as non-value adding time, right? Measure the amount of time it takes the team to complete a task and complete the number of items arriving at the queue to those that leave it. So which is called process efficiency. Count the number of work items that are currently being worked on. That is each column, like for example, to do, doing, and done. Right? In doing, like we have development as well as testing. So in development, how many items are there? Right? In development, how many items are there? As well as in testing, how many items are there? That's called count the number of items that currently being worked on. Right? So always please remember this Kanban, remember it, right? So how many is in backlog? How many is in doing? How many is in review? Right? Doing means development as well as review means testing, and how many in done. So this remember this always. Like this is the way, like for example, each iteration. So we will pick the item from product backlog, then we will go to the development and we'll go to the sprint review. Then it is completed now. It is completed now. These are all done. So process efficiency, like for example, how we are utilizing the time. Measure the amount of time it takes team to complete a task. Measure the amount of time it takes the team to complete the task, or compare the number of items arriving at the queue to those that leave it. That's called arrival rate as well as departure rate. Like in the D is going to be arrival rate and departure rate. So the process efficiency means calculating the ratio between value adding time as well as non-value adding time. That is good, yeah.
सर फेक लिंक
Option A.
Actually, you are assigned to lead an agile project to develop a new software application. The requirements are so vague that you don't even know where to start the project planning. You realize that managing changes on the project will be the biggest challenge. You realize that managing changes on the project will be the biggest challenge. What is your best strategy to handle the changes in this environment? Establish a rigorous changing control process. Sure.
But it's a agile project, right?
It is agile project because your requirements are vague actually. But in agile project, we don't follow any change control processes.
Yeah, exactly. Change control will not be there.
Oh.
So then option D.
D.
Option
D.
D. D.
D. Let the team decide.
Self-organizing.
Let the team decide on what changes to implement. Let the
Option
team
number B.
decide what.
Option number B, implement all and any changes as they arrive.
Okay, no problem. So now B and D we will discuss. See, we can implement. We need to embrace the change. Yes, that's called change-driven project. We need to embrace the change. That's called change-driven project. But the changes, whatever changes we are taking, it should, like for example, provide a benefit to the customer. Those changes only we will accept it. Simply, we don't take everything, and we will not waste waste the time as well as the resources. So implement all under any changes as they arrive. No, we will not do it. We will analyze it, whether we can take the change or not, whether the changes are going to give a benefit or not. So The requirements are so big that you don't even know where to start the planning. You realize that managing changes on the project will be the biggest challenge. So option A is not possible. Establish a rigorous change control process, right? You cannot control the change. You have to accept the change. What about C? Allow for changes even late in development. Because implement all and any changes as they arrive, it is not possible. We need to analyze it. Let the team decide on what changes to implement. Yes, correct. But at the same time, we need to see whether it is going to meet the benefit of the customer. Okay, we'll see. See. Okay.
But
Does allow? Tell me. Yeah, tell me.
sir, but in agile project we will deliver value, right? So the
We deliver
development
value.
will be development late development will time bound. It can be considered.
No, late development means, like, for example, maybe let's say, for example, 10 iteration you planned. Okay. Now you are in 8th iteration. Some customer is coming and asking you some changes actually. We will not say that, okay, already we are going to close the project. It is not possible to do it. We will accept the change. That's called late in development. Anytime we accept the change. Anytime we accept the change, but not all changes. We will analyze it, whether it is beneficial to the customer or not. You understood? Late in development.
Yes, sir. Clear.
So even the last moment also, even the 11th hour also, you can say that, okay, I need this change. We need to ready to adapt the change. So what is the answer?
Sir, is it option D?
During a meeting, the product owner restated the product vision, described the target user groups, the business goals, and main features to be delivered by the Agile project in its upcoming releases. Then, to visually depict those features, the product owner created a product roadmap. Which of the following best describe the purpose of the meeting? So, product roadmap, it is going to be an 1 year plan, right? 1 year plan, which is going to be a visual representation of the product. So, establish. Establish a shared project vision among the project stakeholders. Create the product backlog for each one of the upcoming releases. Establish the shared release vision among the project stakeholders. Establish a shared release vision among the project stakeholders. Determine the project scope, schedule, cost, quality, and resources.
Option C. Establish
Option
C.
C. Product roadmap. Which of the following best describe the purpose of the meeting?
D.
D is elimination.
Is it option B, product backlog?
Create the product backlog for each one of the upcoming releases. Basically, product backlog you will release for each release. You will not create a product backlog for entire releases. You cannot create it because you are accepting the changes. No, previous question. Go back to the previous question. You are going to accept the change even in the late development. In Agile project, we may have a high level information about the first release, as well as we may have a detailed information about the first iteration. Rest of the information, sir, not detailed information, maybe high level. So creating the product backlog for that is when it will happen. When it will happen in release planning meeting. Please remember, first you develop a product vision statement. Who? Product owner. Next, product owner will develop a product roadmap. Product roadmap will contain list of releases. Then each release we conduct a release planning meeting. Each release you conduct a release planning meeting. The result of release planning meeting is product backlog. So that is also first release only we will create it. So what is answer? So option B, you are not going to create a product backlog for all releases. It is not possible. Only for first release. First release, you will conduct a release planning meeting. The first release, you will conduct a release planning meeting. Result of release planning meeting is product backlog definition I've done. Right? Your design review, iteration 0, all those concepts related to that. So what is the purpose of product roadmap meeting? So you are going to establish a shared project vision among project stakeholders. So please remember this line. Your product backlog is typically created during release planning meeting.
Project management plan.
You have taken over a project that is in the middle of executing after the previous project manager left the company. You begin receiving numerous change requests from the sponsor and various stakeholders, but you are unaware of how to process those incoming change requests. Which of the following sources would be most helpful? If you don't know something, which one is going to guide you? Which is going to provide you guidance and directions?
Project management plan.
So here, which is a project management plan we are talking?
Project charter.
We are talking about project management plan, project charter, which will give you high level information. Project charter, which will give you high level information, high level scope, high level schedule, high level cost. So basically, it is kind of a constraint statement. Within that information only, you have to do the project. Project charter will give you the authorization, authority to start the project. Project charter will provide you key deliverables, key stakeholders, success criteria, acceptance criteria, exit criteria, project objectives. Those information will be documented in project chart. But you are looking for, but you are unaware of how to process those incoming change requests. Which
They
are the
have to
following
refer the change
Ah.
management plan.
change management plan? That's called project management plan. It is called change management plan. So that is going to guide you. That's called project management plan. Either you will prepare a change management plan, separate change management plan. So please understand, because each and every information is very important.
Sir, when he can go for a project sponsor? Maybe if it is not clear in the project management plan, he can approach project sponsor.
Project sponsor will not give you anything about how to conduct a project. Project sponsor, if you ask him money, he will give you money. If you ask him that, okay, what is the direction of the project, he will tell you that, okay, this is the direction, you do it. Project sponsor, like for example, if you are facing any problem from the management, project sponsor may come and help you. Because it is his project.
Okay.
Submit a change request on behalf of stakeholder and ask them to sign it.
Option B.
Option D, update the project management plan.
During the development of the project management plan and before establishing baselines, the project manager is asking by a key stakeholder to add a critical feature that would slightly extend the project schedule and cost. During the development of the project management plan, before establishing baselines, the project manager is asked by a key stakeholder to add a critical feature. Okay, can we take this change or no?
This is not change, D, not completed. Option D.
Update the project management plan as requested by the stakeholder. So you don't need a change request?
No, the baseline is still not finalized. So
The baseline not yet ready, baseline not yet approved. Until then, you can take any changes, you can take it. So you can update the project management plan as requested by a stakeholder. Right. So it is possible.
Option A.
Option
A.
A. The chief financial officer of the company asked an agile practitioner to explain why using agile project management method is more beneficial than using traditional project management methods. Specifically, how return on investment can be improved. Which of the following responses would be most appropriate? Agile project management method improve product time to market for the customer. Agile project management method eliminate all time and effort spent on documentation. Agile project management methods develop a comprehensive set of features. Agile project management method involve multitasking between several different. So we can go to A, right? Agile project management methods improve product time to market because every iteration may take 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you are going to release the product to the market. That's called the meaning.
Option D.
Option D. Senior leadership has written from a conference where they have learned about the agile practices of retrospective. What is the purpose of retrospective? Continuous improvement as well as lessons learned. Even though the organization does not manage any project in an agile manner, they mandate that from now on, the ceremony is included in all projects. How should the output from the retrospective be stored as well as managed? What is your answer?
Option D. So that
D.
the project manager will take the lead to store all those information.
Establishes a location and allow the customer to view and make the recommendation. Customers to view and make recommendations.
C, the
I don't
project
think
team
A.
determines location that is accessible for relevant stakeholders to review and track.
The project, yeah, next one. So we can go to C, right? The project team determines the location that is accessible for relevant stakeholder to view and track. Make recommendation. Why we need to make a recommendation? Because lessons learned something, your past experience, which you cannot modify.
Assumption log.
Assumption log.
Assumption log B.
After the project charter has been completed and approved, the project manager immediately begins the process of developing the project management plan. What made the project manager have forgotten to develop? Assumption log. Initiate project phase or plan, that particular process. Project charter is project charter and assumption log.
Sir, assumption log, we have not discussed now. Any use log, issue log, change log we discussed. Assumption log is also part of the
Assumption log, you are in which batch? Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday batch, sir.
Saturday, okay. It's a new batch, okay. No. But project charter already we discussed, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then in this case, assumption log also we must have discussed actually. Because that particular process we have two output. Project
Okay.
charter as well as assumption log.
Okay, sir. Right, right.
Assumption log, you are going to, as a project manager, once your project charter is issued, now you become a project manager. Now what is your next step? You read all the contracts, business documents, benefits management plan, as well as your
Yes, sir.
company OPA. Then you will be having some assumption about the deliverables, project, stakeholder, those information you will document. That's called assumption.
Okay, okay, sir. Right.
It is just assumption. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir. Right.
So can you just scroll a little bit?
C.
Business case.
The deliverables of a two-year long project have just been accepted. It is 4 months late, but the customer is pleased to have it. The project manager is glad to be done with the deliverable, but it's concerned about the cost and schedule overruns. He decides to rerun the initial cost benefit analysis using the actual project cost. Where should the project manager obtain this initial cost benefit analysis information? Where he will update? Where he will get it? Initial cost benefit analysis. Huh?
Project charter.
Project charter will not be having information
C-
about initial cost.
C or D.
Project charter or business case or
Business
benefits
case.
management plan? Business case. What is called benefits management plan? Huh? What is the purpose of benefits management plan? Which is going to document all the benefits which you are going to receive from the project. Target benefits. Who are all the beneficiaries?
ಈಗ ಈ easy pass ഒരുപാട് പേരുണ്ട്
D.
A stakeholder wants to increase the scope of the project. The stakeholder knows that project management plan authorizes a change control board to evaluate all change requests, but is unsure of the process of submitting the change request and wants to know who's authorized to make the request. How should the project manager respond to the stakeholder? Any stakeholder involved in the project can submit a change request. Anyone can request a change.
Option B.
Option B. Document the change request and evaluate.
During the project execution phase here, team members suggest modifying a process to improve efficiency. The project manager wants to address the change request properly. How should the project manager do first? What should the project manager do first? During the project execution phase, the team members suggest modifying a process to improve efficiency. Project manager wants to address the change request properly. So present the change request to the sponsor without review, reject the change, document the change request and evaluate the impact on project objectives. So what is your answer?
B.
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 Document.
So first we need to document the change request, evaluate the impact.
Option C.
The project manager is leading an infrastructure development project and is in the process of comparing actual overall project performance against the performance objectives described in the project management plan. Which of the following activities is the project manager least likely to conduct during this process? A project manager is leading an infrastructure development project and in the process of comparing actual overall project performance against performance objectives described in the project management plan. So you are in which process actually? You are in monitor and control project work, where we are going to measure the project performance by comparing work performance data against your project management plan, you will produce work performance information. So analyzing individual or group affected by the project, checking the status of individual projects risk, providing forecast to update the current cost or schedule information, monitoring implementation of approved changes as same. So which is least?
A, analyzing individuals or groups affected by the project.
Analyzing individuals or groups affected by the project. Is it right or something else?
A.
B, schedule a retrospective.
Your project is broken down into 4 phases: design, build, test, deploy. All the end of the design phase, and the project manager would like to determine if the project should be terminated or proceed to the build phase. What should the project manager do next? Right? Design, build, test, and deploy. So next, what we will do? For the phase gate, we can do schedule a retrospective, facilitate a meeting with the project team, as well as convene the change control board. So C and D will be removed. So what is your answer? A or B?
A.
Is it B? Schedule a retrospect.
A, maybe like the phase gate can actually help us identify whether to kill or stop.
called a phase gate. A project broken down into 4 phases, right? So why not B?
B, retrospective is after iteration.
No.
When we schedule a retrospective meeting while we are making something to improve the procedure.
Is it like it is done by the end of every work?
So we are phases will be used in plan driven project. Retrospective will be used in agile project. Correct?
Option B.
D, perform an integrated risk analysis to identify cross-projected threats, constraints, and dependencies.
The program manager is assigned to oversee a strategic transformation initiative composed of 5 related projects spread across multiple business units. Each project has separate objectives and schedule and leads, but all must deliver coordinated outcomes to achieve the project's program's benefit. During program initiation, what should the program manager do first? During program initiation, what should define and implement a program governance structure, including rules, escalation paths, and coordination mechanism, develop a consolidated program dashboard, and organize a stakeholder workshops. Okay.
Sir, is it D, requirements management plan?
In the middle of project execution, a member of your team has suggested a change to your project artifact that would affect the final product. You ask her to determine if the artifact has been defined as a formally controlled item that requires a change request. So where will she find the information? You ask her to determine if the artifact has been defined as a formally controlled item. Is it a change management plan or configuration management plan?
Change management plan.
Change management plan. Change management plan or configuration management plan? Huh? What is configuration management plan? Which is going to tell you the configuration information. Each document, what is the version control systems, naming conventions, all those information will be documented here. So what is the answer?
Option A.
Option A. You are developing a baseline for a multi-phase project to install smart wireless meters for a local electric utility company. The first phase will prepare infrastructure, second will install the meters, and third will upload the software, right? So you have three phases. However, due to the opposition of all anti-wireless technology groups, it is unclear if the project will be completed all across the planned region. What is your best course of action to increase the chances of delivering value in case the project closes prematurely? First phase is going to prepare the infrastructure. Second phase is going to be install the meter. Third is going to be upload the software in, like for example, your. So what is your answer now?
Sorry, sir, like option C.
Suggest switching the project from multi-phase to one-phase approach and a complete infrastructure preparation, meter installation, and software in one particular one neighborhood at a time.
Maybe option A.
Gather and document lessons that are learned throughout the project. The project manager facilitate retrospective at the end of the each iteration, as specified by the project management plan. However, the first two retrospective have not been productive, as the development team was in the storming stage of team development. So what is called storming stage? It is kind of a planning stage. What is the course of action for the project manager? During storming stage, what we will do? First one is forming stage. So perform the development team process and guide the team to advance to the forming stage actually. But actually first one is a forming stage, but now you are in storming stage.
Answer is D, I think.
Answer is D. Okay, so we'll close it now. Again, Wednesday, we will continue with the remaining questions. Okay, good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.